Good morning, good morning. Happy Saturday. Hope everyone's doing well today. We need to get some power built right away. So I've got a little road coming over the railroad track here. So I think we could do some sort of utility power plant over here, I think. Yeah, I think that would be really good. In fact, we could do, there's like a water power thing, isn't there? Yeah, this one, that could be interesting to have. I wonder even, that would be, yeah, the boats will go through that. We could actually just put this down here. Good morning, Chris. Good morning, Shannon. Let's actually put that there. How much does that boost our, oh, look at that, yeah. Okay, so maybe we can save this for something else down here, and we can just put this right here. We definitely need a road, but this works. Let's just grab our little, yeah, that works. That's really nice too, because then we don't have to build a big old power plant thingy. We can just go right there for the moment. For the moment, let's see, can we grab, yeah, we can take that up to there, grab a little surface painter. Fill this in. That's nice, just for now. I might move this fishing boat route, because I do, that is pretty close. We kind of move this in a little bit. There we go. Okay, that works for the moment. Hello, Greg. Hello, Raid. Hello, Vertigo. Hello, Steve. Nice to see everybody. And of course, No Mercy and Shannon as well, just in case. I can't remember if I said good morning to everybody. Okay. Yeah, that works well. Okay, so we'll maybe save that there for another thing. The reason that this is going slow is because there is a light here, but it's not like backing up. So I'm kind of inclined to just lift this up a little bit. Let it stay. If like the cars all get through. almost. It doesn't really need a light there, but when we build in this area, it might. And it came with the assets. So, oh, I see what's going on here. Okay, so this should actually be a bit lower. Maybe we should. That is dipping down, but is this part dipping down as much? It feels like it's coming back up here. This should be down. And then this can come up a little bit. That's better. Okay. We'll leave the light there for now. For now. Okay. All right. Actually, I'm going to pause this. All right. So we've got our monorail. This is our end stop here. It's coming over into this area. We do have 3 roads here to connect. And so I think what I'd like to do today is just do some road layouts. I've cleared out some of the trees here so I can kind of tell where the hill starts. So I think we'll kind of keep to that area for now. This is a really large area. So I think it's gonna be really nice. So the question is, the monorail, does that just stay the monorail track, or do we lean into, I really liked how we did the monorail road last time and created a strode that was actually nice. That was actually helpful because it had public transportation on it. So I'm keen to do that again through this area. I think that would be really nice to have. Like just coming right through the center. Potentially. And then we've got to figure out our end stop. As well. Which I think makes sense to have over this way. And then maybe we have 1, 2, 3, 4 stops in between here. Maybe 5. I think that could work. Yeah, so let's kind of like stick to kind of the middle of this area. And I think that'll work really nicely. So, actually, I'm just going to grab a dirt road for the moment. Make sure we have all of these turned on, and let's just kind of eyeball things. Actually, let's go. Yeah. Just kind of yeah, it's not quite in the center. It doesn't need to be perfect in the center, but I think this could be a little bit more centered in the middle of this area. So just bear with me for a moment while I kind of hobble through this. Yeah, there we go. That's a bit more in the center there. Okay, that looks like it's coming just about through the center of this area. Hello, Bobble. Yeah, I do like the monorail roads. They're really nice. They're really nice. They are really nice. Okay. Yeah, I think this is a good place to start. Let's go ahead. Let's grab our big monorail road with trees. Very finicky. Now we're gonna have to go through and figure out where we want our stops and stuff. So that'll be a little, we've done that before. It's it can be a teeny bit frustrating at times, but it is what it is with that. Okay, so let's go back into our dirt road here. This will come down into there. Not sure what we're doing with this yet, but we know probably come straight that way. This one, of course, is going to continue like so. All right, so we know we're going to want an end station, so that's going to be over here. So there is that one. All right, and then it's about figuring out about how many stops we want. Yes, boggle, boggle through things. Sometimes it's like phrases stick with you for whatever reason. Okay. So I'm thinking a stop in here. So it's hard to do it on a curb, so it's better to have it on a straight piece. think we're going to have to redo this curve a little bit to do that properly though, which is fine. Okay. Yeah, these can be a little tricky at times. Okay, that's not bad. All right. Okay. And then we should do one here. And then should we do another one here? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. I think that's nice. Yeah. Yeah, I think that works. Okay, and this is a bike road coming down there. So let's grab our little bike road here. It feels like it's a little bumpy. Oh yeah, there is a bit of a hill here. Okay. I see. So this actually doesn't need to dip down as much. This could actually probably stay a bridge piece until we get here. The other thing is, should we smooth this out a little bit? Kind of as much as it will smooth out. Okay, well let's rethink this then, because this can just stay elevated for a bit longer. Even. There we go. Okay, and then that's nice. It allows room for a road underneath there, so that's good. So then that is the bike network that will continue this way. like that. We'll figure that out with time. Oh, it's snowing like crazy where you are? You've been in a hotel since Tuesday. Shannon is still icing. Haven't been able to get to my car out of its parking spot all week. A week today, just simply iced in. I mean, that's so rough. That's a lot. High today is 20, tomorrow is 30. Ugh. Who knows when it's gonna thaw? Yeah. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man, sorry, I was just catching up on comments. Thanks, Raid. Just a little heads up though, Greg is in the thick of it right now. He is in the state, in the city of all that mess. We've talked about that a little bit here and there here, but yeah, we try to keep, this is our escape place. To not have to think about the real world for a minute. So thank you, but just for reference. Okay, all right. So that's our monorail. I think that's gonna be really good. We're gonna have a good bike network over here. This is another 4-lane road. That's gonna be good. So let's kind of think about where we want this to be. Let's go back into our dirt road. I am thinking, have a good time at the gym. Thank you so much, Raid. Enjoy your morning. Or afternoon for you, actually. But yes, have a good time at the gym. I can see potentially this is where a road could come up in the valley to do something for this lake if we do decide to do something over there. So I am going to just kind of leave a little connection there in case we decide to do that. Then let's bring this here. Like so. Kind of hugging to this tree line a bit because that's where the hill starts. So we'll just kind of have that road coming along the back like that. Okay. Kind of funky, but you know, that's how cities are. A bit funky. Okay. Yeah, that'll make for interesting. Okay, and then we've got this road here coming straight that way. Okay, that's a solid outline. Enjoy your dinner, No Mercy. This is just 4D Minecraft. True. No, I haven't decided what's going to be built in this area, of course, you know, neighborhoods, homes, things like that, but I don't know exactly what type of area. We also talked about potentially doing some sort of technology center somewhere. I don't know if this is the right place for it. I actually think like maybe around the lake could be cool to do like a technology campus. Could be cool. But yeah, essentially we'll build another, you know, kind of like we've done along the lake, more towns. But yeah, I'm not sure. It's going to be mostly low density. It's going to kind of feel like, I think, and there will be some mid density, especially on our Strode, but I kind of see it more of how we did this area where it's like, we did some, you know, some apartments, but it was a lot of low density too. So something like that, I think. Okay, let's go back to our dirt roads now and start creating a bit more. Do I want a road? You know, it might be good to have, we call them a feeder road here in the United States. It's like a secondary road that runs along a highway. It's like a feeder road, but we could do a nice little road along there, just next to the highway. Since we do have these pieces to move under, that would work really nicely. Let's see. You know what? I might do a... Just want to try to keep this hugged pretty close to the road. There we go. That's lovely. Okay. Yep, if we come straight from here and then grab our curved piece. we can make this look a little bit better. Okay. Enjoy your lunch, Greg. Good old frontage road. Yeah. A good old frontage road is right. I feel like this is looking a little wonky. Let's fix this. There we go. Yeah, I love a good frontage road. They're very popular here in the States. So, yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and bring this down. I'd like to go ahead and connect into here. Kind of have a nice curve around this straight piece. Yeah, just like that. Perfect. Okay, that's a very nice frontage road, except for right here. I feel like this does look a little off. Let's just make this a nicer curve connection. Let's actually pull this back a little bit more. Like, maybe this just needs to be straight a little bit longer. There we go. Okay. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. Okay, and then what we will do is we will make this function as a feeder road. And the thing about a feeder road is you've got a nice small, basically like it's a small 2 highway that runs along the other highway. Although typically, in truth, well, sometimes you will have feeder roads that are 2-directional running along this freeway, and then sometimes you'll have one-way ones that run along the freeway. I saw those when I lived in Texas. They had ones that ran along that were on either side. But for this one, we're just gonna go for this side here. Yeah, that's gonna be nice. Okay. And then we will have kind of like a collector road. You don't have too many connections, but you have a couple connections. So I think we go here. Here. And here. That's a little bit too close to there. Let's do it on the other side of this then. There we go. Nice. Okay. Very good. And then we'll also pull this straight through here. kind of allow for some different shape roads and whatnot. Okay, and then what we will do is I'm going to do two-lane road with a medium strip. I will put a symmetrical on the ends of these, by the way. So we will do that. So we think about helping traffic move. But that's nice though, especially since we have this road in the middle, because this is going to be more pedestrian friendly, lots of shops. If you just wanted to get to either this entrance on the highway or this entrance of the highway, you don't have to like wind through the whole city. You've got these like straight roads you can jump on, grab the feeder, and get onto either side. And that's really functional then, especially since we're gonna like, I mean, cars will use this like we saw with our other Strode, but we're really aiming towards a pedestrian friendly. So, oh, a frontage road. Yeah, I think, yeah, feeder road or frontage road. They're probably similar, but slightly different. If City Planner Plays was here, he could probably tell us the difference between the two, or I'm sure someone could Google it and put it in the chat for us. But I've always known them as feeder roads, but I've also heard the term frontage roads. Yeah, they're very popular on the western coast. Yeah, I also like the ones I saw in Texas though were like the one-way. So maybe in Texas they're a frontage, and maybe when they're a two-way they're a feeder. I have no idea. Service roads. That's another terminology I've heard too. Feeder or a parallel road, service road. Yeah. Bye, Raid. Have a great workout. Enjoy the gym. Have a grand old time. Sometimes I do miss having a gym to go to. But then, you know, Anna and I get our walks. I have my little weights here. I think the thing I miss most is kind of like, I really did like the elliptical. Put on like a good audiobook or music, do the elliptical. It's just nice. And I really like the sauna. The weight stuff is like, yeah, it's good. I mean, I did it a lot, but I also spent so much of my life in gyms. I've got enough gym stuff in me for the rest of eternity. Okay. Then the other thing I do want to think about is we've got this bike lane coming here. We've got this 4-lane road here, which and then maybe here this breaks off, and then this around here is a bike road, which would be nice. And then we could also figure out a bike road through this area. So I think that's what we'll do. So let's go ahead and make this all bike roads. Oh, should we do the bike roads with the trees though? Ooh, maybe, yeah. For along this backside, we will. Sometimes that works really smoothly and other times it does not. Excellent. Okay. All right, so then we've got a 2-lane road here, or a larger 2-lane road, I should say. And that has the, yeah, we could. Yeah, I think we just bring it up to here and then let this be a regular road and then just let these two larger road connect there. Yeah, I don't think this needs to be a big road back up to here. That can just be a regular road then. Okay. All right. Okay, with all these major kind of connections, these are the ones I want to go through and put asymmetricals on. So let's do that because that's going to be really helpful. Lovely. It just kind of allows us to do a little pre-planning ahead of time just to help keep traffic always flowing very nicely. Excellent. A little pre-planning goes quite a long way in this game. That's a highway piece there. I think I'm gonna let that just be what that is. Lovely. That's the bike lane. We're gonna leave that as that is. And this is gonna be the 4 lane. So let's go ahead and put that in. I feel like we could make this curve a bit better. Yeah. Much better. Okay. So that's that. Oh, we got these ones right here we didn't do. Lovely. Okay, so now we've got all our asymmetrical roads in. So these are our main, like, crossroads essentially. And our main points of connection. So then I think if we keep everything else kind of off these large roads and into these areas, with the exception here, we might need, should we put in one more here? No, we've got that one there. I think that's fine. And then that'll help just keep traffic really nice in the area. Probably the same, but slightly different. Yeah. Service roads, yeah. Yeah. We didn't have those much in, it's a shame. Yeah. I think they can be really helpful for traffic. Yeah. Okay. All right. So what I think we do now is, I do want to think about a bike road that comes this way. Yes, hi, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Since we have the bike road here, This does not need to be a bike road piece there, though. This could just be our regular road here. And then this could be an asymmetrical piece here. Yeah. Okay. Let's grab a dirt road. Now, everything might not stay the way I put it, but I think we'll just go ahead and lean into figuring out these areas, and then they might change as we go along, depending on what things we need to put in them. But the goal is really to keep everything else off of these side roads, essentially. So, this does dead end here. Should we allow this to connect up into... No. Let's just leave it there. We'll do some... This is where we can bring like a nice pedestrian path through and kind of make a little park area under there, so... Okay, I do want to bring this back a little bit. Give that a bit more space there. And like I said, I don't know if these will stay exactly as they are, or if we'll end up changing them in time. Actually, I think I will change this. Let's grab our, hold on. There we go. Let's go all the way down there. Yeah, this is gonna make for a more interesting road layout here. There we go. Yeah. Again, just making for some more interesting spaces. Because the thing I'm thinking about here, being that we're really gonna, you know, if the road deads in here, then it's a great little place for a pedestrian path. So if you lived in this neighborhood, you have access to the public transportation, right? Lots of access, even though you're only coming in and out on this road essentially with traffic. But then we're really encouraging the pedestrian connectivity here to utilize the public transportation. So that's going to kind of be the goal in this area is, you know, you'll only be able to really enter your space through these side roads, you know, the neighborhoods and stuff, but the the public transportation and yeah, that's all going to be there. All the shops and things. So I think it's going to be good. And so basically what we'll do is all of our commercial uses, offices, all that will be on our Strode, but we're going to make it super pedestrian accessible. There's no dead ends, they're just sleeping. Yeah. Essentially, we're going to create a whole bunch of little cul-de-sacs, but there will be lots of pedestrian activity. So pedestrian connectivity, that's going to be really good. And I'll try to keep the neighborhoods, have them look a little different each time. Yeah. Yeah, I like that a lot. Okay, I do want to connect over into this other neighborhood via this way, but of course we have a pillar right here. But if I pull up this way, it will come over, which I think will be handy to have. Like we could make this come all the way straight, actually. Look at that. Perfect. Love that. Okay. I'm actually gonna hook into this road here. Kind of allow for some unique spaces. Very nice, very nice. And I don't know, you know, if we'll end up keeping all of these. We might open them back up to fit bigger things in, but you know, for now, it's just fun just to do some road layouts. Hello, Blue. Welcome on in. Nice to see you. We figured out today where our monorail Strode is going to go. So we've got in station coming through this area. And now we're just going through and doing some road layouts today. Not very exciting, but it is very satisfying. I will say that. I do love a good road layout. I will say that. We're going to have a nice curve here, actually, like so. Same here. This kind of be curved. We'll go straight here. That's not what I wanted you to do, little road, but okay. Try this again. We come down here like that. Again, just trying to be unique with the road layouts each time, and then, you know, I think what we'll probably do is like actually build out our Strode first and see how that goes, and then that will determine, you know, what we keep here, what we kind of move around, and then we can build the neighborhoods behind it. But I'm just keeping lots of connections for now. Yeah, very satisfying. So yeah, just to catch you up, Lou, essentially the plan is all of the neighborhoods in between here, they'll just have access from these roads that we've tied into, of course, a nice feeder road here and our Strode. But the Strode is going to be very, very pedestrian friendly. We've got the public transportation. There's going to be, so like in the little neighborhoods, it's easier to actually walk to all the services and commercial uses. So we're encouraging that pedestrian connectivity. Even though, you know, you can use these, but then it just helps also keep traffic. So these are going to be our only kind of cross connections here. So that's kind of like the ultimate plan. So it's like, yes, it's a Strode. Yes, there's cul-de-sacs, but it's going to be so pedestrian friendly. So that's kind of like the goal, which will be fun. Our other Strode turned out really good, but it wasn't as pedestrian friendly as I'd like to make this one. So this will be fun. This will be very fun. Yeah, okay. And then I'm just trying to make these all look a little unique and different. Yeah, maybe we'll leave that area open. Yeah, something big could go there. Okay, let's actually change direction here. So, yeah, I don't want anything on here. Maybe we put one, maybe we do need one road that comes through here. Maybe, or maybe not. Maybe we stick to our, let's stick to our plan. And let's just, let's just see what happens. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, leave some nice big spaces for some things. And if we really feel like we need a connection off of here, we'll do that, you know? But my hope is with this feeder road, basically, you know, if you're looking to get into these neighborhoods off this freeway, you're going to come right in here and you'll use this freeway piece. Or if you're looking to come over here, you'll follow this down and come this way. So yes, we do love pedestrian areas. Welcome back from lunch, Greg. Okay, I'm gonna heat up my coffee. I know this stream is not very exciting, but world layouts are fun. I like how this is looking so far. That looks pretty cool. Looks pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah, this is nice. Yeah, I'm excited to get in here and work on this, but I really like this so far. Okay, I'm gonna heat up my coffee and then we'll do this whole other side of a road layout. Exciting stream today, guys. All right, I'll be right back. Okay. Yes, Chris, I'm glad that you are on the mend. And I totally understand, Shannon. I totally understand. Okay. Okay, let's work from this side. And of course, we'll encourage pedestrian connectivity across this as well. So, you know, we've got the crosswalk here. In the spaces we don't have a monorail connection, we'll put a crosswalk. Gosh, this is almost making me think like in each section we should have a monorail. We might change that. It's like overkill, but if we're really like catering to this being like super, super pedestrian friendly, that way you just have to walk up your block. You don't have to walk down the street. But people could walk down the street. I don't know. We'll see. That might be good. Might be good. Yeah, I might do that. We might change up that stroad a little bit, but let's get these roads in first. Okay. Nice curve here. Lovely. We'll leave that open because maybe there's something big we want to put there. No, let's go ahead and, because we can always delete this if we do decide to put something there, but just to have it be there anyways. Lovely. Can always change that. I really like this idea of like, because the most unfriendly pedestrian thing is a cul-de-sac and also a stroad. So we're taking those two concepts and flipping them on their head in this area, which I really like. It's fun. Okay, we're gonna come down here and across. That's fun. Makes for a fun neighborhood. Very cul-de-sac-y. Too fun. Really leaning into the cul-de-sac of it all here. I think that's great. Okay, and then we just need our little pieces for connecting down into here. Yeah, that's fun. That is fun. Change this a little bit. Sometimes you just want a little bit nicer curve. There we go. I don't know if you guys can hear Anna. I gave her a new treat, the kind that she can chew on for days and days, so she is just getting into it. She's very excited. I don't know if you can hear her in the background chomping away. Okay, let's come from here and here. We have different connection points. This is fun. Oh, no mercy. Yeah, you did hear it. Yeah, she is. Yeah, City Planner Plays would definitely have a stroke. But the point is, by the time we're done, he wouldn't, because we're going to take these two concepts and flip them on their head, which will be really fun. I mean, this area is going to take a long time. This is huge, but I mean, you can imagine we might be lucky to like finish an area in a stream. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So yeah, 10 streams, maybe more. That's good. I think this will be really, really fun. Yeah, and then what we could do, this lane connects all the way through. Maybe we could even do a bridge. Oh, that's what we should do. We should do a bridge over this. I'm thinking that could be our other bike lane back there. And that way, oh, how nice would it be if we could, if you could bike around this like a loop, like a recreational loop. That would be a long bike ride. People would do it though. But yeah, we'll have to see how we hook in the bike, because we have this bike network here. So I think we will want to pick, like I do want bike roads throughout all of this. That leans into that pedestrian friendliness. Big time. So yeah. And that's another thing too, is like on the back side of these neighborhoods is we will connect into this bike road as well in that way. So that's going to be good. Okay. Let's see. Oh, we've got to get this going here, so there is some good connection there. Excellent. Nice. A little different there. all the cul-de-sacs. Okay. Making progress here. Lovely. Very nice. Let's kind of try to make some interesting yeah, I might change this a little bit actually. Yes, yes, yes. If we did, yeah, I like this idea. If we bring this around in here, and then bring that through there, and then connect these. Yeah, I like that. It's kind of a wacky little road through there, but I like it. I like the unevenness of it all. Okay, that looks cool. Milton Keynes. I'm probably totally butchering the pronunciation. I'm sorry, Bubble. In UK, they have footpaths and cycle paths that pass under all the roads, so you can get to almost anywhere without crossing any traffic. I love that. I love that. I really love that. That's very cool. Yeah, and once we get down and like actually start this, we'll see, like I might change up the position of our monorail things. We might always have one underground path so you don't have to cross the road. I think that would be actually really cool on each one to do that. Oh, we'll definitely have a lot of green space as well, of course. I think, you know, that's going to be a given. That's going to be a given. Yeah. For sure, for sure. Okay. I like this mix of having ones that are very uniformed and ones that are not. Bread roots. Oh, interesting. Okay, I'll have to look that up. Yeah, I think it'd be a really good idea in each of these sections to have one underground piece. And maybe we do two, one that's a bike and one that's a pedestrian, and then we have your connection to the main road as well. So yeah, I think that would be a really, really good idea. Okay, let's see. Back this up a little bit. Nice little curve here. Lovely. Very nice. Nice. It is kind of funny to be creating all these cul-de-sacs. Let's leave that open. I like having some big spaces here we can do stuff with. Okay. Yeah, we'll have to see how this all works. It's going to be really good. I am thinking though of do we put... No, I don't think... I think we leave the monorails as they are. It's good. We're going to make this very pedestrian friendly. There's going to be lots of connectivity, and you're only ever... Wherever you live, you're only ever a few blocks away from the monorail. And then that's nice because the monorail takes you into where you can hop on our metro, and that can, you know, take you right up to the airport, which is great. We do need a way to get people to... Ooh, that is something to think about. I would want to get them plugged in easily to the train. So that's something to think about. We could bring in, oh, you know what we could do? That would actually be really cool. We could actually bring a train here, go underneath the road and have like, just like a little train station that like stopped here and made this like a little transit hub on this side. So that way someone could... That's a potential. That's a potential. The thing is, I really want to... This metro here is just getting people up to the airport. But I want a way to get them plugged into either the train is the best really, or plugged into our other metro network as well. But maybe what we do, you know, maybe what we do right here is we put a metro line that just goes from here and plugs them into here. Could we fit? That's what we should do. Plugs them into our wider metro network. Maybe even, oh, if we take them down to, oh, here's interesting. If we take them down to here, they have access to the train and the metro. That's what we should do. We should figure, and we actually do have room for it. So if we did a, this is a really good idea. So if we did something that faced this way and went across town, that would actually be really good. Okay. We've got all this parking here. You know, we could probably fit it right in the middle here with a bit of move it. That is a little nerve-wracking though. We could put it easily here. Oh, except there is that other, okay, so we've got that underground line. So actually, what we probably should think about doing is bring it in on this side. But it needs to be facing the other way. That's totally doable though. I think so. Like, how far would it need to be? So it wouldn't, I mean, we could also put it lower underground. But yeah, it could go right there, like on a corner or something. Actually, if we put it right here across from the train station, you can easily walk to all of that. Yeah, that might work really well, actually. We just need to, we're going to take that off. And we're going to grab a little road. Like so. Let's see if it'll work here. Oh, it will. Look at that. That's actually perfect. Okay, now we need to... Oh, this is exciting. This is exciting. We're going to take this right up to there. Lovely. Yeah, I think this is going to work really well. The monorail looks so satisfying. Yeah, it's going to be really fun once we get that going. Touristy stuff. I do love a good touristy area. I think we're going to do that on the other side of where we are now. Oh, cool, No Mercy. It looks like a highway or metro grid, but for a bike and pedestrian infrastructure. That's very cool. Redway. Okay. I'll look at that before we stream again. It's funny, Steve. Yeah, I think like if we were to look at Cider River, the tourism is all the parks, you know what I mean? Like we have so many parks, but yeah, we might do like a tourist area across the river. I think that might be really nice to have, actually, like a proper touristy area. I'm going to grab this. We are going to sneak this here. That way there's a little bit of a plaza around that. That makes that look nice. And then we still have our whole university to detail, which is just kind of daunting. I look at it and it's very daunting, but I know once I get going, if I just start in an area, so we'll need to do that sometime. At some point. Okay, so there's that one. And then that is going to come all the way. And then I think, yeah, we put it, this is where we have our metro stop, right? Kind of in the middle here. Yeah. And that way, this will be, let me fix our music. If you're looking to just move through the area or get up to the airport, you'll take this. But if you're looking to like zip into the rest of our transportation hub, you would come in here. I feel like this is not looking straight in between here. Doesn't that look a little weird? I feel like that looks a little weird. Let's, or maybe there is a natural curve to it, but let's fix this first. There we go. Nice and straight. Okay. Good girl. Now you're eating your food. Good girl. Yeah, I might move this more in the middle here. We'll have to see. Yeah, I was just having a think in my brain. Overthinking too much. Okay, so what I want to do here, let's actually take that back. We are going to make a more concrete pedestrian connection here. And I think we like frame our little metro area. Like so. There we go. I might change this later. I don't know. I might want this to be... Yeah, I almost want to... yeah, I want a room for like a good amount of parking here too, because I really want to kind of see this as like a park and ride area as well. And I don't think I want the metro like right up on our monorail road. I think I want it on a secondary road back here. Maybe I do it on this side. I have a bit more room. Yeah, okay, let's do it here, I think. So I'm just going to use a dirt road for the moment. I might change this up a little bit then. Okay. All right, and then if we did, I should probably measure out the parking thing first. Ah, it is big enough. Perfect. Okay. Parking. Oh, I need to put down our yeah, I don't know if I'll have actual connections here or if we'll do like underneath and then on this side of the road too. We'll see, we'll see. I just haven't decided yet. I think that'll come when we build in time. Okay, for right now, for the moment, I'm just going to use this road. We'll figure all that out, but yeah, this is what I want, this kind of like right in the middle like this. We can do some nice things around it, and we'll figure out how we're going to plug into all there later when we start that area. Okay. And we're coming right into there. Should we have one more connection in here or not? Should we have one more metro stop kind of in the middle? We do have the other metro here. Should we? We could have a metro stop here. Where is our, yeah, we do have our pedestrian road that crosses there. Oh no, what is up with this building? I feel like it would make sense. Let's see. Let me think about this. Hold on. No, because this connects down into there. I think if we just do a straight shot, that's going to be good. Because even if the stop was here, that wouldn't make any sense. Because they're just going to the next place. Yeah, yeah. Stay focused. Okay, so we are going to, let's get a nice curve here. Oh, we are going to have to come underneath these. Okay, fair. That's fine. And then we're going to go page down, page down, page down. Page down. How far? Okay. So then we'll stay down to go underneath. And then we're gonna come up for 1, 2, whoops, not down. 1, 2, 3, 4 is up to where we were. Let's get a nice curve piece. Okay, we need to come up. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then curve. Okay, pretty simple. It's just gonna help get people from our new community right over to here and back, and that's it. We need to go name our metro lines. Is this just the 150? That's fine for now. We're gonna put one on there because nothing's happening at the moment. I would love visiting a zoo if one had one near me. Yeah. That's one thing. We haven't built a zoo in here, have we? We did an amusement park, but we haven't done a zoo here, did we? Maybe we should put a zoo in this area. Got this space right here. Could make a zoo. That could be fun. That could be another reason to maybe make this metro stop at the zoo. Could put that in later. Okay, that's good. And that's nice because then that you can hop on the metro and you can get connected into the train network and all of that, which is really great. So I think that's very, very nice to have. And yeah, if you really also wanted to take the train, you just have to come across here and you can hop on the train here as well, which is very short. So that's very plugged in as well. So you can come over here and hop on the train, or you can grab the metro, whichever you decide. that's nice. I feel like that's pretty plugged in. Yeah, I think, yeah, I mean, we have this space here, and it's a nice big space. We can connect into the road here, and we can connect into the road here, build a zoo here, and then we could very easily have a nice metro stop here. Yeah. No, I think that would be really good. So yeah, I think we'll build a zoo here because we haven't built a zoo yet. We still have to build our big park here too. So much to do. You know, I was thinking like to myself, oh, we're kind of getting close to the end of Cider River, but I think about all the things that we still need to do, and no. We are, I mean, but not. Well, what is honesty? I want to see something. Okay, let's go ahead and get our I kind of want to put this a bit more in the middle here so it's not so close to that intersection. So we're going to change this up a bit. Let's go into here. Yeah, there we go. That's more in the middle. That's nice. Really, Anna? Yeah, we haven't done a lot of museums either. We haven't done a lot of museums either. Yeah, we should think about that. Yeah, maybe we could do something nice over here. Or pepper in some museums, or have a really nice some touristy areas. We'll think about that a little bit more. Yeah, that might be really nice, especially if we do our, here's the thing I'm thinking of too, if we do like a zoo here and kind of like a museum center here or something like that, then if we do turn this into kind of our touristy area, then, and we connect, now that we have this metro here, we could have a nice metro line, and then you could easily connect, you can go from the zoo to the museum to the touristy area through this metro line. So that would actually be really nice. So I think that's a good future plan. Again, so much to do. So much to do. Oh, the plane museum? Yeah. I know. There's still so much on this map. Really, my plan was just to build along the river. You know, which we've done. I really like everything, but you know, there's room to like, maybe we do like an IT type campus up here around the lake. We've got some room here. We've got a lot of little things that I've always said, oh, we'll come back and do that. So all that stuff to do. And then we'll decide, do we want anything else? So I think like the plan is finish this area, tourist, museum, zoo, IT center up here, and then we'll see. Then that might be done. We still have this has to be a giant nature reserve, so we still have to build all of that. But yeah, I mean, all of that right there could take us the rest of the year. So we'll see. Here's some German air, some Swiss air, some air from Japan. Oh, man. I have been looking at Spain and Greece and I am having some thoughts. Yeah, I really have always wanted to quote unquote retire abroad, and although I'm not anywhere close to retirement age yet, but just thinking about future and trying to figure out where I kind of want to settle, and maybe I move before I retire, which isn't bad. Yeah, just been having some daydreaming because everything here is crap. But yeah, anywho. I'm going to change this up a little bit since we have this now. Yeah, just nice to be somewhere that's almost always warm, where I could disappear into a tiny village. That's the other nice thing. That's the other benefit, you know, eventually. I'm saying like within the next 10 years, I think I would really like to move. Have like a little place in a little tiny town and just, you know, disappear over there. But then once I'm over there with the train network and everything, I mean, I could go visit Shukaboa. I could go visit Germany. Visit you at No Mercy. Like, the nice thing is, like, once you're kind of over in that area, you can travel pretty easily around. So, you know, it's more benefits that way too. But again, I'm just daydreaming these days. But it's not a bad idea to put some sort of plan in place, because that really would be nice. But I do love my little home here too, so, you know, time will tell, I guess. Okay, enough of me blabbering on. We got so much done today. We've got a fun idea for this area, a fun little plan. Yeah, I really like the idea of taking the cul-de-sac and the Strode and flipping it on its head and making it like the most pedestrian friendly area. But yeah, we've got a start to this. I love that we plugged in the metro. I think that's going to be so helpful. And yeah. All right, everybody. Well, I will be back tomorrow morning. No. I've like done the Baltics. I did what's the other country that's kind of like it's not Russia, but it's not I went to it's near the Baltics. Why can't I think of it right now? It's a little sketchy. They're very Russian friendly there. I can't think of the name of it right now. Belarus. I went to Belarus. That was it. Yeah, and I've done like London and all that, so not that I wouldn't mind spending some more time in England, and I've never done Ireland, all that stuff. It would just be, you know, if you live over there, it's just so much easier to travel places, you know. And then it's also much easier to like go visit the City Skylines place and all that, you know. Who knows? There's a whole world, yes. Whole world. Thank you so much. I do love Cider River. It's really become just such a fun project to do with you guys, and I've just have never gotten bored of it. I've gotten bored of other things. I've never gotten bored of this project for whatever reason. So, all right, everyone, let's leave it there. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your Saturday. I'll be back tomorrow morning. I think probably tomorrow we'll hop back into Tiny Glade, maybe, or maybe we'll start working on this. I haven't decided yet. I'll decide in the morning and see what I feel like doing. All right, everybody, I hope you all have a joyful day, and I'll catch you next time.